Hello everybody, it's Torrent here from WoopaGaming, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install Mob Disguise. Now, a brief summary. Mob Disguise uses the Spout server plugin. You don't need a Spoutcraft client, but you do need a server plugin for it to work. I'm not going to be showing you how to install it. There's a video on our channel, which I'll link now, which shows you how to install Spout. Anyway, it allows you to disguise yourself as any of the mobs, such as a chicken, a zombie, a spider, a skeleton, a cow, a pig. At the current time, you can't disguise yourself as a spider jockey. I think the developer is working on that, I'm not too sure. It would be kind of cool if that was added. You can also disguise yourself as players. Now, you can take on the skin, you can take on cape if the player has one, and the name tag above the head. Whenever you talk, your name will come out as that player as well. So when I join servers, there's a lot of people running around as Notch, obviously because they've got mob disguise and they're disguising as Notch. So when you go onto the thread, you're going to want to scroll down and find the download link, which is here. Just download it. Okay, so now we've got the mob disguise jar. So you're going to want to go and find your server directory, which mine is here. And again, I've already installed Spout. Again, there'll be a video on there showing you how to do it on our channel. So get your mob disguise jar, and you're going to just want to drag it in, and that's it. That's all you really need to do. There are some config files that generate when you first load the plugin up. So let's launch our server. Right, so after your server is finished loading up, you'll get this message here saying mob disguise config YML not found, making it with default values. So obviously that's loaded and it's fine, and it says the version 1.6 is enabled. So let's close this. And let's go into our plugins folder. We would have generated one called mob disguise. Okay. And I'm going to open up the config. Now within this config you can blacklist certain mobs you don't want people to disguise to, you can give permissions to people, etc. So first here is setting a mob type to false will not allow a player to disguise that type. Okay, so first of all we've got the blacklist here. Now all the current mobs you can turn into are here: pigman, cow, creeper, skeleton, squid, pig, chicken, Steve, which is like the default skin for Minecraft. Default skin for the Minecraft player. Is like the one with the blue shirt. We have the ghast, slime, wolf, zombie, sheep, spider, and giant. Now, if you keep them as true, that means anyone with permission can turn into them. I think the permissions are default for op if you don't have the permissions plugin installed or any other variant of that. Here we're just saying if we have permissions, we've got it enabled as true. Disable item pickup. Now this is kind of interesting, as if you're walking around disguised as a zombie, you don't want to be walking around picking up blocks of dirt, blocks of cobblestone, etc. If you disable the item pickup, when you're next to items, you know how they normally just kind of magnetize towards you, you won't be picking them up at all. So it looks really real, like you're the actual zombie, And real drops, I'm presuming this is just when you die or something, your drops will get dropped realistically. So just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to disable the giant and disable a spider. Okay. I'm going to be showing you the commands in game, so I'll be right back whilst I switch my recording device. Alright, see you in a minute. Okay guys, we're in game and I'm just recording myself changing into the mob types. The following commands, if you type MD and then the mob type, so for example if I type MD and then pig, it will turn me into a pig as I'm showing now. You can also use MD and then, I don't know, like skeleton, zombie, chicken, etc. For the sake of this tutorial I'll just type MD chicken and that will turn my character into a chicken, so that's kind of good. And then you have /MD stats, and this will tell you what you're disguised as, or if you are disguised. So if I'm currently disguised as a chicken, I'll type /MD stats, and it will tell me what I'm disguised as. And if you're ever wondering how to turn back into a human form, you just type /MD, and again that will turn you back into human form if disguised. If you've forgotten what other type of mob types there are, you can always do /MD types, and this will give you a list of all of the valid mob types. So it will come up saying, I don't know, pig, skeleton, zombie, ghast, etc. And that will come up on the screen. And now, possibly the most interesting one is you can do /MD P and then the name of the player, and that lets you disguise as that player. So for the sake of this tutorial, I think I'll disguise myself as Samkyo. MDP Samkyo, and I'm in disguise as Sam. And when I talk, that will have me talking as Sam. But I'm currently recording on the Glippo server, and that uses iChat, and I don't think that's compatible with it, or the way we've configured it on the server doesn't let you, show up as talking as that player. And then you have the permission nodes, which are mob disguise .star, and that gives the player the ability to transform into any of the mobs. I'll have these on the screen showing up, just so you know. Then you have mob disguise .mob type, and you replace the mob type with the mob type players can turn into, obviously. That will allow even normal players just to turn into like a chicken if you just give them mob disguise chicken. And the permission node for turning into other players is mob disguise .player, and that lets players turn into other players. That's been a very brief tutorial on how to install mob disguise. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like the content, come to our channel WoopaGaming and subscribe, like, etc. I think we're starting a Super Hostile series that'll be fun to watch. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, cheers.